Good morning, everybody. I am Megan Rye, and I am standing right outside the ski museum in the Vail Village. It is single digits about right now. I know Meredith is nice and snug and warm at the luxurious Grand Hyatt studio. We got lots of stuff to share with you for the weekend. This is a big weekend for entertainment, the last of all the tours on the mountains. We have the weather forecast for you. We have the road conditions. So we are excited that you are joining us. Grab that cup of coffee. Vail Daily Live starts right now.
Hey there, good morning. Yes, I am snug here in the studio. I do have a blanket though. It is chilly out to start. Oh my goodness. I think we can all say that it's been a long season of cold weather, but luckily we have some warmer temperatures ahead. It's almost the weekend. I love the Thursday energy because it's just nothing but good to look forward to because the weekend, there's so much happening and everything was really kicking off even yesterday. We had some comedy shows yesterday and a great performance up at the Villar Performing Arts Center. So there is a lot of spring events in full swing, and we are excited for those temperatures to warm up. The blue skies behind Megan looked as beautiful as her blue coat, but it is deceiving out there. So let's take a look at those temperatures and see what we can expect for today and throughout the weekend. So, like we said, chilly start to the morning. It's only about 1 degree, 0 degree at the top. So it feels the same on the valley floor as it does at the top of the peaks. We have no cloud coverage right now. So, nothing to really keep us warm. It's pretty cold out there, but we're going to see a high about 38 today. So that high is increasing as we get through on the week. We had no new daytime snow today or overnight. And looking ahead, tomorrow we'll have plentiful sunshine and the high will be near 50. We'll have slight winds, 5 to 10 miles per hour, but we're increasing that high about 10 degrees for Friday. And then on Saturday, we'll have a mix of clouds and sun early, and then it will become a little bit cloudy later in the day. So the sunny day is going to be a little bit more on Friday. Saturday, we'll have a high of 52. And a low of 22. And then on Sunday, very similar forecast with a few passing clouds. And then Monday will be mainly sunny and about 57 to 61 degrees. So we're going to appreciate those warmer temperatures, but we do also appreciate these low temperatures to really keep conditions great on the mountain. In the last 24 hours, we did have 1 inch of snow on Beaver Creek, no new snow at Vail, and look at that, zeros across the board. We haven't really seen that all season. I feel like it's been predicted even 1 and then 8. We've just seen so much snow this year. Our total is about 337 inches of total snowfall. So we're gonna have a little bit of a break, but Joel Gratz from Open Snow did say that we do have a chance to still get one more potential storm before the mountains close here in the Vail Valley. So that's a quick look at your weather brought to you by the outlets at Silverthorne. But who better to share what it feels like than Megan herself out there in the elements?
Woo! Single digits. Yes. I woke up, I was a little surprised. I thought it would be a little bit warmer already, but like you said, when the sun kind of gets full swing, it should be double digits.
Definitely, yeah. Even my car was grumbling turning on this morning. It was a cold one, and I did have a light dusting of snow on my car down in Edwards, which would explain that Beaver Creek kind of got a little inch of snow. But do you have any big plans for the weekend? I mean, there's a lot of different offerings, especially it being Easter. So I know a lot of families will be out celebrating that. So what are your plans?
So I'm like Trisha. I'm gonna go see my mom in Denver. So I have to leave Saturday, and I will leave midday and go down there for the weekend to celebrate the Easter holiday with her. So
That's fantastic.
unfortunately, I'm gonna miss the 50-degree weekend, and not excited. And we have exactly 18 days left. So if you ski today, you have 18 days left on that pass to get the maximum amount of ski days that you are looking for.
Yeah, it is always bittersweet, more bitter when the mountain closes, because then we have a long, we call it mud season here, where we kind of wait for all the snow to melt, and it takes a little bit of time here to change over to our full summer season. And I would say out of the all 4 seasons, I think spring would be across the board one of our maybe least favorite seasons, just because it's right in between, winter, and we still have so much snow. So I think if you're really wanting to get on the trails, on the dirt, on your mountain bike, you're going to have to head west, maybe more closer to Eagle, Gypsum, head down to the desert. I mean, this is kind of our desert season. So a lot of people will leave town and go find some warmer weather.
So we call it now shoulder season for
Okay.
marketing purposes. But yeah, it's mud season because it really is muddy,
Mm-hmm.
and it's off season. It can be called off season as well because it's really quiet, ghost townish. A lot of places are closed, but yeah, there'll be places open, and people could come to the Welcome Center to kind of discover what's open and what they can do. I myself will be out of town during the mud season, so looking forward to some warm beach wet ocean therapy.
Yes.
Ocean therapy.
Yes. So I know that there's a lot of things coming up that are kind of the last. We have some different places closing, Arrowhead's closing. Fill in our viewers for what they can expect that's closing this weekend.
So Blue Sky, this is the last weekend for Blue Sky to be open. So the back bowls should still be open, and I'm sure they'll stay open for at least another week, maybe to the end of the season. I don't know. We don't have the word on that. We also are ending all the tours. So like today's the last day for the Legacy Tour for the season. That's at 1:00. The women's tour is already over, and then after tomorrow, the front side and the back bowl tours on the mountain will be complete. They'll conclude. Also, the snowshoe tours they do at the top of Eagle Bond Gondola. This is the last weekend, so Saturday's the last day. So if people want to sign up for that, they might want to do that for a nice holiday weekend during this last of these next 3 days. So we have today, tomorrow, and Saturday, and then that's it for the snowshoe tours on top of the mountain as well. Nordic Center closes this weekend. It's kind of sad.
It is, but maybe it'll set a fire to do, to do it. It's been maybe on your list the whole time. There's nothing like a deadline. So I know that I won't be here next weekend. So I know that Beaver Creek is closing next weekend. So I want to try to get over to Beaver Creek and maybe ski a little bit of Arrowhead and Bachelor Gulch, because those are going to be also winding down. So it's a good opportunity to just hit some of those check marks of the last time this season.
Yeah, check the bucket list. You got to get out there. That's why I'm kind of bummed that I'm leaving for the weekend, because I know this weekend's going to be awesome. We got music, and we got great weather, incredible conditions. Really.
Yes, and of course we have the Taste of Vail, so we'll be talking all about that. It's a crowd favorite here. It's been happening for over 30 years, so we'll be chatting about that. There's also some incredible concerts at the amphitheater happening. We have hockey games. There is so much happening, so we'll go all over that later on the show. We're going to take a quick break, but then we have headlines and your road reports, so stay with us.
Hi, I'm Peggy Ziegler, fashion guru and stylist for the outlets at Silverthorne. I'm here to share with you an amazing place called the Colorado Welcome Center. We've got fabulous brochures on all the nearby places and towns and things to do right here while you're in Summit County and visiting the outlets at Silverthorne. And of course, pick up your Elite Savings Card booklet, offering you fabulous discounts and a rewards program too. See you soon.
Vail Summit Orthopedics and Neurosurgery is kind of a one-stop shop. We have everything in-house.
We have cast techs, MRI machines, x-ray of course right at the clinic, physical therapy right at our clinic.
I'm going to get to the bottom of what your diagnosis is with all the resources we have, and that's what we do.
At My Future Pathways, our mission is to be the helping hand that enriches and elevates the lives of youth and families of our valley so they can reach their full potential. Through our holistic approach, our tutoring service and programming strengthen our community, develop self-worth, create opportunities, and promote values. We are My Future Pathways.
All right, let's see what made headlines for today, April 6th. We're starting April really strong, and we have on the cover debuting Taste of Vail. We see some people pouring wine. This was yesterday for their signature rosé wines, the debut of rosé. So this was the first day that kicked off the Taste of Vail, and it's going to continue with multiple events throughout the weekend. And the big headline for today, more short-term rentals, regulations on short-term rentals. This has been a big topic of conversation here. You can read what that would look like on page A4. And delivery and disruption. Vail Resort's new My Epic Gear idea draws skepticism from veterans in the ski rental business. This is pretty interesting. So the company's new idea is called My Epic Gear, which is a program in which guests pay $50 a year for a membership. Members then, for $50 per day, can choose the gear they want for the full season or for the day from a selection of the most popular and latest ski and snowboard models, and which they've delivered to them. They can pick it up and drop it off slope style. So, this is interesting. No need to ever step foot in a gear or rental shop. What are your thoughts on that? Chime in on the chat. I know that'll be a controversial subject because there's a lot of businesses that be competing with that. So chime in the chat and let us know your thoughts. Local business reserve Timber Ridge units. So this is the new development with local housing, and we had 47 local businesses participate in this reservation process. And so this is a whole new upgrade for Timber Ridge. And so this is very interesting. You can read more about the facts and figures and the local reservation process as well, whether you're a business or an individual. And sports and outdoors, you can check up on who made the latest podium at the U.S. Nationals. We have some awesome skiers smiling, and Negromir won the first Super G, his first national title. So this is some nice sports and outdoors news for you on page 818. And here it is, the Taste of Vail. If you're wanting to dive deep on the details of what you can expect, this is the article for you, written by Tricia Swenson. You can check out the signature events, contests, seminars, all throughout the weekend for the annual Food and Wine Festival. And then, of course, we have our hashtag Vail Live and Town Talk, where you can submit your photos and see them printed out in the Vail Daily yourself. We just see lots of smiles and families and dogs, and we're still seeing great photos from the Michaela Schifrin event. She was so swagged out in her Adidas and her whole outfit. Oh my goodness. So hopefully you were able to catch this awesome event this past weekend and you took some photos. We want to see them. So submit them on Instagram using #VailLive. And that's about it. There's so many good articles and ads in the paper. It's a great resource to stay in the know. So pick up your free copy today. All right, let's take a look at those roads. Still some ice and snow on the sides of the medians and frontage road from our recent storms, and it's been so cold that it has remained on those roads. But I can suspect that it's going to start to really clear this weekend with those 50, 60-degree weather. Everything is going to melt, especially in the median between the interstates. So right now, I would say is probably a good time to get a car wash because we don't have any expected snow. The roads will be nice and clean. So good time to get that car wash. And just be aware if you are heading up from the Front Range tomorrow and Saturday, things will really slow down heading up to the high country. And then on Sunday, if you are trying to avoid traffic, I would say leave at the crack of dawn because even by 11 a.m., everything is really slowed down heading back to the Front Range. So just be aware of that and plan your travels accordingly. All right, let's bring things back outside with our field reporter, Megan, and see where she's wandered off to.
Are you nice and warm?
Yeah, I am, honestly. I'm very toasty in here.
Oh my goodness! My fingers are like frozen right now. So no, I decided to go by the little creek here. It's nice to hear this little trickling of this water, because in the village they're cleaning up all the garbage, probably from the rosé all day yesterday. So it's really peaceful back here. It's beautiful. And by the bridge, by pirate ship.
Oh, yes, that is fantastic. I love a peaceful start to the morning, but that creek makes everything feel really cold. So I can imagine how your little fingers feel, but it's going to warm up today. We'll see a high of 40 about. So that sunshine is going to feel really nice on the face. Good reminder to wear your sunscreen. But hey, speaking of rosé, let's chat about the Taste of Vail. I mean, this has been going on for 30 years, and there's a lot that you can participate, whether you buy the full tickets or maybe you're just buying, a day pass. You can buy some food a la carte. There's a lot of different options on how you can get involved.
Yeah, they have the today they have the Nyman Ranch pork challenge. That should be tasty for a lot of people. So all the chefs come out and they have their signature pork dish with the wine that they would serve with that entree. It's a full day today. They also have that tequila tasting at the Grand View Room. So that'll be from 1:30 to 2:30. Then they have that big Apre party in the Vail Village, which later on I'll kind of show you. They're setting up the tents already for that. What else? They have a Treff Cafe Apre DJ. There's a free DJ and I think it's free wine, like a little Apre over, in the Treff Cafe, which is right across from La Bottega in the sauna now. So people could actually kind of enjoy that. And I think actually the most fun event for today person would be the bartender challenge at the downstairs in the Vendettas where they get to, it's a mixologist and it's like an award they'll win. And I would like to be a judge for that.
I know,
I think
right?
we all can be. I think they'll have a critic's choice and a judge's choice. So maybe we should meet there. And that will be at, let's see, that's going to be 5:30 to 7.
Perfect. Yeah, and that's $50. So you can buy that full pass where it gives you access to everything. But for example, you could just go to the Battle of the Bartenders for $50 and try their drinks. It's going to be at the Vendetta's downstairs bar, which I haven't been in a really long time. I will admit that. But I love how this festival really spreads out throughout the whole villages, and you can really see new areas. Different hotels are collaborating. I know that we're using the top room at the Welcome Centers for the the
Grand
Penta
Union.
tequila tasting later today. So, I mean, who doesn't love a food and beverage festival?
Yeah, it's so nice to have it back, and it's in full swing. I had a lot of people coming in and asking for the calendar of events. So I know people are getting tickets. You can buy those tickets online. And the vendettas thing, I haven't been downstairs. But when they had the COVID, they had to separate everybody at the restaurant. So that was open up downstairs. And today, they still have it open. It's a lot of people go down there for dinner. So.
Yeah,
Vendettas,
absolutely.
but,
And so we were just looking at today, but even tomorrow there's different Apre parties, 3 ways to rosé. There's the mountaintop tasting, which is very scenic, and that's where a lot of the photos come out because it's just so beautiful to have an event at the mountainside on the top. So beautiful.
That is the most popular. I think.
Yeah.
Don't you think that's the most popular event out of all of it? Is the mountaintop at the Eagle's Nest
Oh, yeah.
tasting?
Absolutely.
And I think actually I think one of the DJs that's playing tomorrow night, I can't pronounce Haste H-A. I think he's performing up there.
That sounds about right. Yeah. I mean,
I don't want to start rumors, but inside information kind of shared that with me. So I don't know. That's to be seen.
okay, cool. Yeah,
Or
there's a
heard.
really
That's
nice Sun and Alp wine dinner too with Jesse Katz tomorrow at Ludwig's. So much to choose from. I would just get the full festival pass if I had it my way. But again, you can find all this information on tasteofvail.com. You should definitely at least do a little bit of something this weekend because it is the big event that we're looking forward to. And it was nice once it came back after COVID because I know it took like a 2-year hiatus. So it's in full swing again. So do check out this awesome event.
Yes.
Sweet. Okay. Well, you go wander. We're going to take a quick break, but we have so much more coming at you. And we're speaking about a comedy show. We also have a live interview coming up about a book fair later this month. So stay with us.
Vail Summit Orthopedics and Neurosurgery stands for providing the highest quality care to our unique patient population here in the mountains.
I think that what makes us unique is that we really are practicing groundbreaking techniques, yet, we practice it in a small town environment. Our patients are our neighbors and our kids go to school with their kids.
I think every one of our docs treat their patients like their family. Our goal is to keep you active, doing the things you want to do, and we'll map out a road to success to get you there.
Join us every Tuesday at 6 p.m. and watch Vail Valley Latino. Our goal is to elevate the voices of the Latino community in the Eagle River Valley and provide a platform to speak with local businesses, organizations, entrepreneurs, creatives, and much more. Find the show on Facebook, YouTube, and Outside Television Channel 17. We are Vail Valley Latino.
I'm Sean Juarez. I'm a doctor of physical therapy with Vail Summit Orthopedics and Neurosurgery, here to answer some live audience questions for Vail Valley Live. What is blood flow restriction therapy and how is it beneficial? So blood flow restriction therapy has to do with using some type of tourniquet on the arms or legs in order to restrict blood flow to the area, and then you're performing exercises with it. What we found is that with research, you can do a lot lower loads of exercise and lower intensity and get the same benefits as far as your hypertrophy and strength within the muscle. So that's kind of the best part about it, is that you don't have to use high weights and higher intensities. When do I need to see a physical therapist? And do I need to go to a doctor first? So with this question, it's a little bit variable. If you are visiting into the Valley and you want to do just cash pay, you can come in to see us without seeing a doctor first. If you are trying to use insurance, it depends on the type of insurance that you have, whether or not that you need to use a referral in order to come and see us. If you're curious as to what to do with your insurance provider, the best case is to contact them to see if you do need a referral in order to come into physical therapy or not. Next question, how important is stretching really? Well, really, it's not that important. What I would say is before you go on the mountain and before you're skiing or snowboarding, the best thing to do is called a dynamic warm-up, where you are doing movement therapy and movement exercises in order to get your muscles ready. When you get done skiing, then you can do more static stretches, and that can help loosen up the muscles after you're done. What are some tips to avoid injury on the hill? Majority of the injuries that happen on the hill typically come when there are a lot of people on the hill. So the best case scenario is to try to avoid areas where there's big crowds. If you can get yourself nice and strong before the ski season, specifically in the quads and the glutes, then that also can help prevent some of the non-contact injuries. But overall, if you can avoid big crowds on the mountain, that's the best way to avoid injury. What are the benefits of dry needling? Does it hurt? So there's a lot of research that's been done with dry needling. Dry needling is using acupuncture needles in order to go into the muscles, so we're using a more westernized approach for it. What we found is that it helps with muscle relaxation, it helps bring blood flow to the area. It can also help stimulate a lot of the motor neurons, so then the muscles actually start firing better. As far as if it hurts, majority of the time it does not hurt. However, there are certain nerves and the venous system where you can't always avoid that, and sometimes that can be uncomfortable, but if we can avoid those, then it typically does not hurt. Thank you for your questions. This is Sean Juarez with Vail Summit Orthopedics and Neurosurgery with Ask a Doc from Vail Valley Live. See you on the slopes.
This Weather and Mountain Report is brought to you by Vail Summit Orthopedics and Neurosurgery, keeping you active.
It's a cold start out there. It's a little bit deceiving because there's plenty of sunshine to look ahead to for today. No cloud coverage. I can see the blue popping out, but in the last 48 hours, in the last 48 hours, we had 4 new inches of snow. And then in the last 24, we had 1 new inch of snow at Beaver Creek. Currently, it feels about 1 degree. So single digits, always hard to start the day like that. But make sure you warm up the car and give it plenty of time to gear into action. We're not expecting to see any new snow today. It'll be just partly cloudy skies later on this afternoon, and we'll see about a high of 40. And then tomorrow, about 50 degrees and a low of 10. So we're starting to see those temperatures increase, and it's going to be a beautiful sunny day. So great day for a picnic on the mountain. That is my plan with some friends. It's just going to be an awesome day on the hill. And then those temperatures are going to stay in the 50s for this weekend and about a low of 20. Saturday and Sunday will be a mix of clouds and sun, and we'll have winds about 10 miles per hour. So that is a look up for your weekend. And then as we get to Monday, we're going to see a high of 60. So it's going to be even 10 degrees warmer than the high of today. So we're going to see that sunny, warm weather start to come out. Like I said, good time to get a car wash. And you can see that we aren't expecting any snow in the next 10 days. So this is a big break on what we've been seeing in the past full season. I mean, I can't remember seeing a screen like that with all zeros. We've had such a good snow year. So that is a look at your weather. Thank you, Vail Summit Orthopedics and Neurosurgery, for sponsoring this weather segment. So let's bring Megan in and talk about some of the shows we can expect today and throughout the weekend. And then the Valar is kind of taking a little break this weekend because all the action is going to be at its sister venue at the Gerald R4 Amphitheater. They're de-winterizing it. I've seen awesome videos, maybe we even have it, of them shoveling out and waking up the amphitheater. Normally, we see this amphitheater alive all throughout the summer, and it is going to be debuting itself the earliest it ever has this weekend. And then it'll take a break, and then we'll start to see their program in full swing at the beginning of June.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm kind of jealous that I'm not going to be able to, enjoy the Apre at the Amp this weekend. I've been to, their spring fling, and it's always been in the parking lot at the Ford Amphitheater. So this will be nice and cozy. They'll have libations being served. They're clearing it all out. We've got some great shows coming ahead. Big Gigantic, like Grizz. So, Polo. Well, let's start with Friday night. Band and Polo, they're more like an indie chill pool kind of vibe band, so that'll be a good show. And they're getting more popular all the time. I'm not really familiar with their music, but that should be sold out, close to it, right?
Close to it. There definitely are still tickets available. And a tip around, if you're trying to find a good price, go straight to the box office, and you're going to avoid some of those ticketing fees online, which is some great recommendation. And so they're about $90.
StubHub. Yeah, StubHub's like selling Big Gigantic tickets for like really ridiculous price. So yeah, great advice. Go to the ticket window.
Yeah, go to the ticket window you can either go to the Valar or right at the amphitheater. They're open during the day, so you can go snag a ticket. And Polo and Pan, they're from France, and they're a really cool duo. Look up their music. It's really it's like French club music. It's really fun. So that should be awesome. Hazy, Lewis of Man. Hazy's Aspen local. Yeah, and then on Saturday, we can expect to see some big names as well. Big Gigantic is going to headline, and opening up for him is Anderson .Paak, and he's going to be under the name DJ Pee-wee, and he's going to be doing a vinyl set, so he'll be spinning all the classics. And then we also have Alana English. So everything really kicks off at 5:30, and it should go until about 11. So pace yourself. It is kind of like a mini little festival, so you're going to get your money's worth. I mean, these are big names. I know they're more of a steeper ticket price, but it's going to be a young crowd. It's going to be a fun crowd. Dress warm, because we are seeing those low temperatures about in the 20s, which could feel even colder sometimes, but you'll just have to keep dancing and moving around to stay warm. This is just going to be a great time at the amphitheater. And then tonight, we're going to see a comedy show with the Vail Comedy, and this happened last night at Chasing Rabbits. So tonight is going to be at Bridge Street Bar, and this is with Eddie Eift, and he started down in Eagle at Moe's Barbecue, and then went a little bit fancier yesterday at Chasing Rabbits, and now he'll be closing out his 3-day show at the Bridge Street Bar, which is this picture right here.
Is it at Bridge Street or Shakedown? Because I'm getting conflicting information, but so I thought it was Shakedown, but I don't.
Oh, you're right.
Maybe
It is Shakedown.
Okay, yeah. So it's at Shakedown tonight, and that's great that Shakedown has kind of evolved and brought in a lot of comedy. So it kind of gives it another avenue to entertain people to enjoy themselves at Shakedown. I love Shakedown. It's great. Bridge Street's pretty cool too, because you got two different kind of areas where you can dance or listen to comedy.
Yeah, no, you're totally right. Doors are at 7, show is at 8. Normally they do a lot of shows at Bridge Street, so I haven't actually seen a comedy show at Shakedown yet, but this guy I hear is really funny, and so you can buy tickets online at they have an Eventbrite ticket, and you do have to be 21 or older to get in, but Eddie Ift, he was on Comedy Central, Joe Rogan Experience, Last Comic Standing, Chelsea Lately, Showtime. I mean, big names. So there's going to also be some other openers and special guests. But this is going to be a really great show tonight. I mean, who doesn't love a little comedy?
Right, exactly. We all need it. Hey, are you going to Big Gigantic?
Yeah, of course.
I knew you would. That EDM, funk, and all the saxophones that they throw in there, those guys are talented. They're from Denver, and they have a huge following, so everybody will be coming up to see Big Gigantic on Saturday night.
Definitely. I think it's going to be the more popular show. Big Gigantic sells out Red Rocks, so I'm interested to see how the lights are going to be, because normally he does some pretty cool laser shows. And we'll see what the amp can do for Big G. But I'm pretty excited.
Yeah. Let me know. Text me. Send me videos.
Okay, yeah, I will. I'll be posting if I can remember. But it's gonna be a good time. I have a lot of friends coming up, and it's just time to relish the end of ski season.
I know, and actually, I just saw the ski patrol. They said, "Say hi to all the girls at Vail Valley Live." So they were loading up. So that was nice of them.
Yeah, fantastic. It's looking beautiful out there. It looks like a quiet start to the day by the gondola.
Yeah, I'm definitely double digits now. I'm feeling a lot warmer. My fingers are thawing out. There is no one in line yet. I know it's only it's 8:10, 8:08, but yeah, so it'd be a good day. It's getting warm. It's nice. It's going to be great.
Good.
I wish I could get out there. I don't know if I'll get out.
You stay in that sunshine. Another thing to do also on Saturday, if you aren't going to Big G, is the hockey game, Yeti Hockey. So this is truly the last time they'll take the ice. But let's share with our viewers what we can expect for this game. So it's going to be this Saturday.
Oh, you want me to share it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to bring up. Oh, I heard about it because it's like a charity event, correct?
Yeah.
So it's like the tickets are reduced, and it's a fundraiser for. I'm not sure what's it a fundraiser for.
Yeah. So
I heard about it yesterday.
The Colorado Warriors, and so they really do some awesome charity work and bring some veterans onto the team, and then also it's going to support our youth hockey, the Vail Mountaineers team, which is really fantastic. They look up to the Vail Yeti boys so much. So this is going to be, of course, at the Dobson Ice Arena, and kids are $5, everyone else is 10, and this is going to be a really fun time. I'm expecting to see a lot of different families, and especially all of our youth hockey players and our that whole community. And I actually, a few weeks ago, had the opportunity to catch up with John Michael Lyles, who used to play with the Colorado Avalanche, and he's heavily involved with that youth hockey team. So we were thinking to maybe share that interview just to hear a little bit more from him and get us excited for the big game on Saturday. Hey there, we're here in Vail outside Yeti's Grind with the Locals and Legends series. Joining me today, we have John Michael Lyles, former NHL player, but now has recreated himself here in Vail with some business ventures, growing his family, and giving back to the community. So, first of all, cheers.
Cheers.
What are you drinking today?
I have a dirty chai.
Oh, I love that. That's what got me into coffee, actually. Just starting off with the little coffee taste.
Yeah, exactly. That's I never drank coffee when I was playing hockey, and then when I retired, now I cannot get through the day without it. So.
Yeah, especially having 2 girls.
2 girls, yes, exactly. You need a couple of cups in the morning for sure.
All right, so take us through the timeline of your career. I know you had a few different involvements with different teams with the NHL.
So I broke into the NHL in 2003 with the Avalanche in Denver. They drafted me when I was in college at Michigan State. I played 8 years for them, so 03 to 11. Then I was traded to Toronto and Toronto for a few years, then traded to Carolina, and Carolina for a few years, and then traded to Boston, and we finished in Boston for my last year and a half or so.
What was it like bouncing around from team to place to country?
You know what? I was fortunate to be in Denver for a good portion of my career. Met my wife there, and so just had a great experience there. Kind of always knew that I was going to be back in Colorado in one form or another, and you know, getting traded and moving around is kind of part of the business, and you understand that. The hardest part, I think, is just for families, and we were fortunate the first time that I went from Colorado to Toronto, we didn't have any kids, and then Toronto to Carolina, we didn't have any kids, and then Carolina to Boston, we had a kid, so I got traded, I left a few hours later, and my wife had to pack up the house, the dog, the kid, and get us to Boston, you know, a couple days later. So, you know, the behind the scenes stuff is definitely interesting when it comes to, you know, going to a new team, whether it's a trade or free agency, and the unsung heroes are the spouses and the kids, for sure.
Oh, I'm sure of it. But you got the Colorado bite, the bug, early on. And so what was it like? We got to ask, playing for the Colorado Avalanche.
It was amazing. I came into the league at a time where, you know, we were really good, and we had a number of Hall of Famers on the team, which was amazing to learn from those guys, and still, you know, quite close with a number of them. So coming in 2003 with the Avs, it was special. I'm from Indiana originally, and went to college in Michigan, and coming out here, I'd only been to Colorado once or twice prior to making the team, and being able to live in Denver and come up to the mountains when we had off days was just something that was so special to me. And getting traded and moving to different places, I realized just how much I miss Colorado, and kind of knew, like I said, that I was going to end up back here one way, shape, or form, and here we are.
Here you are. The mountains were calling.
Yeah, exactly.
So you retired in 2017?
It's 2017, yes.
And then you moved to Vail.
We did. So we had a house in Denver, and we had always talked about potentially living in the mountains, and we just decided to, make the jump. Moved up here. I still do quite a bit of stuff down in Denver with the Avs, with youth hockey, and still do some TV for them as well. So we're down there quite a bit, but we love raising our kids up here in the mountains. I mean, taking them skiing, and my oldest plays hockey, and so it's an amazing place to raise kids, and man, we wouldn't trade it for anything.
Oh my gosh! So what was your first impression of Vail?
I would come up here all the time on breaks when I was with the Avs, and so being able to come up here and you're less than 2 hours away, and I mean you outside, and just so many activities in the winter, and then you find out that summer is equally as good.
Exactly.
So yeah, I mean, it's always had a special place in my heart. And then my wife and I got married here in 2013. So just knowing that we have so many memories here, and now living here full time, I don't know. It's hard to put into words sometimes.
For sure. Well, being born and raised here, it's one of the best things that my parents did. So I'm excited for your girls to be raised here. I'm sure it was such a transition from being in the NHL to then kind of recreating yourself and finding some business ventures. So outside of the hockey career, what are you involved in?
Man, like I said, I still do some stuff for the Avs in Denver and around the state of Colorado with youth hockey, trying to give back there. Do some TV for them, and then now I'm involved in real estate here in Vail. So had a unique opportunity to partner up with a good friend of mine. So I work for Liv Sotheby's, and we're actually on the sales team for Frontgate Avon, which is a new development just outside the gates of Beaver Creek. So that takes up a lot of my time, but it's amazing. We have a great team that we work with, and the developers as well. So it's been a really fun project to be on, and just one foot in front of the other every day.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
It's a whole new chapter for you post hockey career.
Yes.
So Vail Youth Hockey, let's touch on that. Are you involved here? Because I'm sure they look up to you, and you are a big mentor to them.
So I am involved. I'm on the board of the Vail Mountaineers. I help coach my 7-year-old in U8 hockey as well. and still try and play every week or 2 weeks here. Just getting out skating, getting a sweat. The thing you miss the most after you retire is just being around the guys and being around the rink and really just interacting with everybody. And so to be able to do that even once every couple of weeks it's an outlet that I need. And there's so many great people here. It's such a great community. There's a lot of great hockey players. And so to be able to, to spend time with those folks is very special.
Yeah, there's so much identity tied into the rink. Yeah. And the Mountaineers, young at age, and maybe even the Vail Yeti hockey, they'll all look up to you.
Yeah, well, and the Yeti guys are fantastic. I skate with a number of them. I head up the Colorado Avalanche Alumni Association as well, and we have a big charity event in September every year. So we play the Yeti and raise a bunch of money for Mountaineers. And it's just been, we talk about it, the sense of community up here, and the Yeti are obviously part of that. And so, it's all intertwined.
Yes, absolutely. So if you were going to give your younger self advice, what would it be?
As cliche as it sounds, I would say soak it all in. I've had the amazing opportunity to play in the NHL for 14 years. But I also had the opportunity to travel and play in so many countries around the world. And a lot of times I think that in the moment you don't appreciate it as much. And so my younger self, I definitely didn't. It was always, okay, what's next? And you're on to the next thing. And I would say just, take a step back and really enjoy being able to travel to those countries and, Sweden, Russia, Switzerland, all those different places. I played in Germany during the lockout one year, lived there for, 3 or 4 months, and should have appreciated it more. So it sounds cliche, but looking back on it now at 42 years old, I would absolutely tell myself that.
Step back and smell the roses. Well, last question for you. Yeah. How has the Vail community really supported you and your goals?
I can't say enough about the community up here, how much they've supported not only myself, but my wife, my kids, whether it's school, whether it's activities outside of school, sports, whatever. It's just an amazing place to raise a family, or to be a family. And a big part of that is the community. When you are here and you're here full time, you get to, live that day in and day out.
Yeah, we are the lucky ones.
We are the lucky ones, absolutely, yes.
Here in Vail, and we're lucky enough to live it. So whether you knew it or not, you are local legend now here in Vail, and we welcome you and your family with open arms.
My wife would disagree with you, but I appreciate that.
Awesome. Well, John, thanks for joining me today.
Yeah, thank you. Cheers.
All right, we have an exciting live interview with Carrie Mae Wack, and she's with the Eagle Valley Library District, and there's a cool event coming up, and it's the 10th annual time it's happening. So let's learn a little bit more. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you, Carrie?
I'm doing well. How are you today?
Fantastic. I'm excited to get inspired to read. I always take that inspiration with me, because in a world that's moving so fast and getting distracted by all the technology, I just always love people and things that inspire me to read. So I know that this will inspire me and many others to get involved.
Yes, that's kind of one of the goals of our event. So the Eagle Valley Library District has our signature author event coming up in less than a month. Books in Bloom will be Saturday, April 29th at the Westin in Avon. And we are featuring 3 authors, Meg White Clayton, Jen McKinley, Kent Nurburn. And no matter what your reading tastes, there is something in this lineup for you. We have some historical fiction, women's fiction. We have some nonfiction, some fiction featuring Indigenous peoples, Native American peoples. And then Jim McKinley is just kind of fun, easy reading, quirky. So if you're, just looking for something light, She's fantastic too. I've heard that she's actually very funny when she speaks live, so I'm actually very excited to hear her speak. And our other two authors are seasoned speakers. The number of titles between the three of them this year is huge. I mean, I don't even know how many titles there are, but I can tell you there's definitely dozens of titles between the three of them. So there's definitely something for everybody. And so we're just really excited to have them here in Eagle County. It's a great opportunity for residents and guests alike to get to interact with an author. One of the things I love about this event is it's an intimate event. If you have questions, your questions are going to get answered. There will be times to chat with the authors, get your book signed. It's one of those days where I look around and I just think, I'm getting paid to do this, to put this event together, to bring these amazing authors to this community. So it's very exciting.
I love to hear the passion. It is really cool to hear from the authors themselves. It's similar to when you get to meet an artist up close and personal and just hear their process, because obviously the gift is the book and that's what you get. But to hear some of the backstories is as cool as the story sometimes.
Absolutely. And I just love learning about like where authors get their ideas from. I love learning about their writing style. So this is just really a great event for book lovers, for anyone who loves to read. Also, it's a great event for any aspiring writers, anyone who's starting to dabble in writing. You just get such insight into what it takes to be a writer, to write a book, to go through the publishing process. All of that, it's really cool to learn about. And I guarantee you, all three authors are going to have a few similarities in their writing process and then some differences in their writing processes. That's kind of something I've come to appreciate over the years of doing this is everyone kind of has their unique style, but there's also definitely some similarities too.
Yeah, and I see that the New York Times bestseller, 2 of them are on that list, which is always good to see.
Yes.
Just a credible source.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're so lucky in the lineups that we get. We've had some incredible talent here. This year's no exception. I look back, I was actually just looking back at a list of all the past authors we've had. And I mean, William Kent Kruger, Wiley Cash, Lydia Netzer, Jocelyn Jackson, like these are individuals that are still publishing and they're only gaining more notice, more publicity. Their popularity is only growing. And so it's so cool that we've had them here, that we've got to interact with them. And then it's so fun to watch their careers continue to grow.
I love that. And hopefully they're inspiring the new generation of writers, because anyone can start writing at any age, which I love. There's no age cap to it. So it's going to be taking place at the Weston Riverfront at 2 p.m. And is this a ticketed event? Do we purchase tickets?
Yes, this is the only ticketed event that the library puts on. Every other library program is free to the public. Just given the nature and the expense of getting authors here, of doing an event in the Westin. So it is a ticketed event. But as someone who goes to a lot of author events, I can tell you $35 is like a screaming deal. You get to interact with 3 authors all in one afternoon. It is at the Westin, so we have delicious past hors d'oeuvres. There'll be a cash bar. So it is a ticketed event. It is $35, which is not traditional for a library event, but like I said, for 3 authors and all the extras that come with it, it's definitely worth it. The Bookworm will be on site selling books if you'd like to purchase them there to get it signed. Or if you've already read these authors' books and you own them, bring them with you. You can get them signed. I always love the timing of this event because it's typically right before Mother's Day, and a custom signed or autographed book to your mom is just like one of the coolest gifts that you can get. So my mom has received a lot of books signed by authors. So I always like to recommend that if you're struggling for a good Mother's Day gift.
Yeah, and just for the summer, you know, I'm always looking forward to when I have a summer vacation where I just have a little more time to just lounge around, maybe on a beach or on a summer vacation. It is so good to have a book that you pick up and you don't want to put down. So great timing as we near the end of ski season. This is going to be Saturday, April 29th. I look forward to this. And thanks for sharing all the information. You've already inspired me this morning.
Thanks. We hope to see everyone there.
Awesome. Thanks, Carrie. If you want to learn more, you can go onto their website at evld.org to get more information and purchase those tickets. We're going to take a quick break, but don't leave us because we're about to wrap the show.
We believe in the power of a live performance. We believe in making memories together. Join us as we celebrate 25 years of making moments that last a lifetime. Bringing concerts, comedy, Broadway, classical, dance, and family entertainment in the heart of the Rocky Mountains in Beaver Creek Village. View the full lineup and get tickets today at villarpack.org.
Moet Vending for life's spontaneous, festive moments. Celebrate at the Grand Hyatt Vail.
Welcome to Nap Harvest. We are showcasing healthy habits, and you can start right here feeding your family healthy organic vegetables and fruits that are seasonal and local. They're all the way from Arizona with our wonderful, beautiful citrus fruits that we sneak across the border for. But don't forget our nap mushrooms, grown at 9,000 feet. Mushrooms are chock full of benefits for you. And then also the microgreens, also chock full of vitamins. Come see us at Nap Harvest in Eagle Ranch on Sylvan Lake Road next to Color Coffee. We're open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday, 10 to 6, Saturdays and Sundays, 10 to 4.
Welcome back. We had Trisha Swenson chiming in on the live chat saying, hi, Meredith and Megan. It's only 47 this morning in Arizona, but it should reach the mid-70s later. She's taking a quick Easter trip out in the desert to see her mom. Fun show today. Bummed I'm missing all the great events this weekend. And the temperatures for us this weekend, we're also going to really see those warmer temperatures. But we hope you have a great vacation, Trisha. And speaking of those temperatures, let's take a look at the weather for the last time. Thank you to the Grand Hyatt Vail for sponsoring this weather segment. We are starting in single digits. So Megan, I'm sure, is enjoying that sunshine as it's rising over the mountains. We're seeing about a high of 38 today, and the low is what we have right now, but it will start warming up by the mid-morning. We aren't expecting any new snow today, but as we get to tomorrow, we're going to see 10 degrees warmer for our high, and that'll remain throughout the weekend. So yeah, the weekend will be 50s. Tomorrow we'll see about high of 48. It'll feel like 50 though, because that sunshine is going to be plentiful. We'll see it all throughout tomorrow. And then as we get to the weekend, we'll have partly cloudy skies. So we'll have some puffy clouds just to shade us a little bit, but the low will be about 20s. And then as we get to Monday, it'll be even 10 degrees warmer than the weekend. We'll see our first 60-degree weather for the first time in a while, and it'll be clear throughout the day on Monday. So it's a nice forecast we have upon us. We don't have any new snow, so a little bit break from the snow, but we can maybe expect to see snow, one last storm before Vail Mountain closes for the season. And we did get an update here on campus at the Grand Hyatt Vail that Chair 20 is going to stay open until April 16th, which is some awesome news. And there is a ticket window right there that you can purchase tickets, which will probably be the shortest line to get your day pass throughout the villages. But that is going to close on the 9th. So that is new news for us, and we wanted to share it with you guys. But let's bring Megan back in, see where she's wandered off to, and we're about to wrap the show. We have just such a great weekend to look forward to, whether it's the Food and Wine Festival, Taste of Vail, or the Apre at the Amp. And then, of course, we have Easter. And there's going to be lots of those celebrations throughout the weekend, but mostly on Sunday. And there's going to be egg hunts in Vail, Avon, and Gypsum. And they're all going to kick off around 10 and go until about 12. So it'll be at the Town Hall and Gypsum Library in Gypsum. And then in Avon, it'll be, of course, at the Harry Nottingham Park, which will be great. And then one in Vail Village as well. And there's also tons of different brunches happening. So maybe you start Sunday off with a brunch and then head up on the hill. I mean, that is a beautiful Easter to me. There's going to be a buffet at the Cochina at the Lodge at Vail, and then there'll be one here at the Grand Hyatt Vail, and we got clue of the menu, and it sounds incredible. So you can take advantage of the complimentary ski valet here at the Grand Hyatt Vail, have some brunch, and then hit the slopes. And then there's also going to be at the Sun and All a really great brunch too. So a few different brunch options, but maybe you're wanting to do a little bit more late night. Of course, Chasing Rabbits is going to throw a big Easter celebration, and they're doing the Cottontail Club. And so Lando is going to be doing a late night set from 9 to 1 a.m. You can dance the night away, but they'll also be doing a really nice Easter dinner there, which is Mediterranean food. I haven't had an opportunity to eat at their restaurant, but the food looks incredible, and the vibe is really cool too. So lots of different ways that you can celebrate Easter. Yeah, and when you do, share us your photo, tag us on Instagram at Vail Valley Live. But I'm not sure if is Megan coming? Okay, well, she's going to close out for today, hopefully warm up as the sun rises in the sky, but it's going to be a beautiful Thursday. We appreciate starting the morning off with you guys, so we'll be back here tomorrow, same time, same place. It'll be Heather and I, and we'll have even more information and sneak previews of the Taste of Vail and the Apre at the Amp. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.